Let's go over transferring your outline to your rough draft and then writing your rough draft. I'm actually going to split this into two videos because I realize a 45-minute video is a lot to take in. So let's start with, and some of these I've already hit upon, but it doesn't hurt to go over it one more time. Okay, here, the first one I want to show you is adding a header to your rough draft. We're going to go ahead and set a page up that you'll save on your computer as a Microsoft Word. So you'll have it ready so that when you transfer information from your outline to your rough draft, it'll be right there. So let's go ahead and start. And I went ahead and I numbered this. Number one, click on insert. Number two, click on page number. I know that the tendency is, because I say put your header there, people want to hit header. Do not do that. Go to page number. Certainly, if you hit header, it'll pop up and you can put your last name and the page number, but all four of your essay or 5 essay pages and 6, counting your works cited, they'll all have 1 at the top. So that's why you have to choose page number, and then it will automatically number your pages for you, and you don't have to worry about that anymore. So insert page number. Okay. Put it at the top of the page on the right. Okay. So you'll see top of the page on the right. All right. So everybody has that. 1, 2, 3. All right. Oop. Let's go back down. Okay. Number 4. Click on the 1 because it's going to pop up and all you'll see is a 1. Highlight that 1. And for example, my name's Holland. Just right over that 1, I'm going to write HOLLON space. It looks like you're going to omit the number, but you're not. But do put a space in between it. So just highlight that 1 and type your last name and a space, and then it will go to, well, in this case, DO 2, DO 3, DO 3, DO 4, DO 5, whatever. Okay, the number will not erase. Oh, and make sure you're doing this on Microsoft Word document. Turn it in as a Microsoft Word document. If you're having trouble doing that, don't wait until the day that the final draft is due to tell me that you can't fix it. Give me about 3 or 4 days notice, because you should be working on this. Now, this one is setting font, all margins to 0, spacing, check, don't add space. Okay, so number 5, you're going to go to insert, highlight your last name and page number, and then change it, highlight that, change it to Times New Roman 12. When I actually give you a copy of this for you to look at, it may not be available until later tomorrow because it has to go through an ADA assessment to see what I need to change to make it ADA accessible. So anyway, and they're not going to like this red, so you may not see that on the actual PowerPoint, but it is Times Roman 12. Everything in this class is Times Roman 12. Everything in this class is double space. So if you get that down, you don't have to worry about that, at least. So highlight your name and the page number, make it Times New Roman 12. Make sure all 4 of your margins are set to 0. Now, most of them will say 10 or 8 right here. Set it to 0. Okay. Then make sure it's double space. Don't mess with the margins in this part of it, but double space. And then check this that says don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. So just check that. So what I've done in the title is I have, let me go back up. This is covering up. Well, I hope you don't see this, but 5 corresponds with 5. 6 corresponds with 6. 7 corresponds with 7. And 8 here corresponds with 8. Okay. Now the next one, number 9, you put your page number, last name, header, title, and paragraph. Because I actually call this the header. This is the page number, but you always have your last name there because obviously I have to know who to give the grade to. So type the header in the upper left-hand corner of Microsoft Word document. You already have this on there. So you put first name, last name, Professor Holland, and I actually showed you exactly what you need to put in for the course, and then 13 March 2022. Okay, so that's number 9. Number 10, after the date, after this date, hit enter once. Okay, and then center this, and then type the title, and I'll fix that needs to go over here. So then after that, number 11, after the title, hit enter once, change the alignment to left, and then hit the tab and begin your lead. Okay, and each of your 6 paragraphs, sorry, I'll correct that also on the PowerPoint. Each of these paragraphs will be equidistant from each other. They're all double spaced. Everything's double spaced through this. So there's no more space between paragraphs. You checked that box earlier that you don't want extra space. So everything is uniformly double spaced. All 6 of your paragraphs, your first paragraph is your introduction. Your second paragraph is your first main point. Your third main point is your second main point. Your fourth main point is your opposing view. Your fifth main point is your strongest supporting main point. And then your sixth would be your conclusion. All of them have to be indented. Okay. Now let's go over here to dragging the outline. And of course the outline is, you just put the outline on Doodle Tools. You don't turn this in. And I believe I said that in an earlier, I'm sure I did, in an earlier video. And again, that was a lot to absorb, and maybe I didn't emphasize it like I should have, but all you have to do is just do the outline over here. And I'm going to be, some of y'all have already turned yours in. You've gotten 10 points for it. That's the maximum that you can get. And I've gotten it back to you. And some of you are already starting on your rough draft. And I'm sorry that I've waited, that this took longer than what I thought. But anyway, so what you do is you have your outline. Now you can put it on the left side. I really don't care. And if you don't know how to split a screen, I can show you how to do that. Just email me and say, hey, can you do a video on that? Because it won't take very long to do it. Okay, so say for example, okay, this is my first main point right here on my critical race theory. So I'm going to drag information. I'm going to open these cards. I'm going to copy what I want. I'm going to paste it over into my second paragraph because that's my first main point. Okay. Then I'm going to show you the whole rough draft later, but for right now, I only did 2 pages. You're going to go here, which is your second main point, and you're going to copy and open these cards, copy and paste what you need in this paragraph, and so on and so forth. So that's how you do that. Now, again, please, because I think this is going to help you. If you open these cards and you don't have an in-text citation, go ahead and put one in there, because it's going to be a pain extraordinaire over here, of a royale, whatever you want to call it. If you have to go through all of this and make sure you've got all of your page numbers and all that in there, you can take care of that by putting it on your card. All right, over here, we're going to go to creating works cited for the essay. And you'll be in the sources view right here. Okay, so here is my works cited. I'm going to click on this, and this is the screen I will get. Okay, now I'm going to go over here to the printer. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to say print export to Word. Now, the next screen I get is going to have all of this, and you don't worry about this, okay? Don't worry about any of that. Just hit submit, click on that. Okay, and then in here, it's going to show you this. This will be downloaded on your computer in the proper format. You'll have to go down to your left-hand corner or wherever it is where your downloads go. That's where mine are. You're going to have to click on it and open it. Okay. So then once you have that, I'd go ahead and just save it for now. Or you might want to wait until you finish your rough draft and then do all of this that I'm going over right now. But one of the biggest problems that I see is kids are forgetting that Works Cited has its own page. I had a kid once who had like 3 lines on one page, and he said, you know, Miss Holland, I just couldn't waste the paper. Now, this is back when we did paper, when they turned it in. He had to put his Works Cited here. I said, I don't care if you have 2 lines. You need to go to a dedicated page for Works Cited. So to make sure you do that, go to the space right or the line, just hit enter after this last line and just stop there. Go up here and say insert. Wait, okay, here we go. Insert, go down to page break, click on that, and it will go to the next page. So you won't have to worry about that. Okay, so what you can do, that one that you just saved on your computer, you can copy and paste that. So on the one that you saved, it was downloaded and then you saved it on your computer, just go to edit, select all, copy all of this. You can do a right click once it's all highlighted, or you can go control C. Okay. Then you will have a document already, and you're going to go either right click, paste, or control V, and voila. Now I do see this isn't, I mean, it isn't infallible. In other words, it's not foolproof. There is a problem here. So I would have to highlight that and do a hanging indent, but for the most part, it's okay. Now, another word of caution is some of y'all still have some of the authors' names in all capital letters, or maybe something like this is in all capital letters. Remember, take that off. This should be hanging indent, so I need to go back there. Also, remember to take out EBSCOhost. And some of you did use opposing views. I guess that's okay. It's just not as strong as Academic Search Complete. But opposing views is actually a database. You had to look it up. So I want you to get more familiar with Academic Search Complete, but make sure that you take all of your EBSCOhosts out. All of your magazines or publications are italicized, and that's fine. Now you'll get to see a copy of this whole paper, and it did take me a good week to start writing on it. But guess what? It's nowhere near where I want it to be. This is my rough draft. And yes, I've left out page numbers and all that kind of stuff. So, and I guess I corrected this here. So I will show that to you, and I'll actually do a video on myself revising and editing my rough draft. And I will get that to you by the weekend. Okay. Thank you for your attention, and talk to you in the next one.